Let's now create a case study as a social media manager. So first, what is case study is? Case study is the usual thing that our potential client is looking for a social media manager. It is like a proof that showcase that we have handled and grow an account from this to this. And what we will do today is to turn the monthly analytic report that we have created on the last video into a case study to post on our social media and also to put in our portfolio. And disclaimer that even you are a beginner, you can definitely do this. Just watch the previous videos on how we create content ideas, content plan, also analyze the analytics of an account, create a monthly analytic report, and also turn it into a case study. So even though you don't have experience, I have videos that will guide you on how to definitely do everything as a social media manager with or without experience. And in creating case study, it is like creating content in your social media. You need to make it strategic. You need to make people stop the scroll so they will watch the case study that you have created. It is like telling a story that we did this to achieve this. And now let's start create case study that we can post to our social media and also put to our portfolio. Are you ready? Let's go. First step in creating case study is to use plain Canva for carousel. And yes, please remember that if you are going to create a carousel to your Instagram, please use the 4:5 ratio on Instagram. And just so you know, guys, that even beginner can do this. I am using my own account here on Canva. It is not a client account and using Canva to create everything as well. So Canva is free, so go ahead and take the opportunity. And second, create a hook based on what result that you got for your client account. So again, we will use this travel account, this one, because this is the account that we use to create monthly analytic report, and all things that I will put in here are all based on the result that we gathered on this account. So last week, we have created a monthly analytic report using this account as well. So feel free to go back from that video before here because all of the details that we will put on our case study is from the monthly analytic report. Please always remember that in creating a hook, make sure that it is something that your audience as a social media manager will literally stop the scroll because they are curious to know more. Based on the result that we gather using that account, I think the best hook is you don't need to post content every day to receive inquiries and close a deal. And as a social media manager, we always need to remember who our target audience is. So since our target audience are those business owners, which I think once they saw this kind of hook, they will literally stop the scroll because this is something that they want to achieve but is struggling and don't know how to do it, right? Because all of the business owner wants to receive inquiries, wants to close a deal, also wants to receive some sales, but they are struggling on how to do that, on how to receive all of this without posting. And since we have this kind of hook, which I think will make them stop the scroll. And next page in creating carousel is a second hook as well. Make sure that you are creating first hook and second hook in creating carousel because in creating case study, we are also creating content for our social media. That's why make sure that our second page is some hook as well that will make them stop the scroll. Because on Instagram, if you are creating carousel type of content, second slide or second hook is important. So our second hook is something that will make them stop the scroll as well. I think it could be check how I make this travel account receive these results. And then since we have some screenshot from the monthly analytic report that we have created before, this one, put the screenshots here and here, put all of them in one place So your potential target audience will curious how you make everything happen. And here, of course, if you are creating content, you need to make this so aesthetic. But for the sake of this video, I am just giving you some idea on how to create case study that is scroll stopping. Once you have the first page, once you have the second page, third page is also important because in case study, we can't literally make our client understand what we are talking about without us putting the client dilemma. Because this is where they will relate themselves that, oh, I am experiencing the same thing and I need help too. So on this client dilemma, this is where we put all of those struggles of the businesses why they need to hire social media managers. So based on the account that we will create a case study for is the client dilemma, or that dilemma of that account is actually account rebranding from personal to travel account and don't know what to post, don't know how to start, don't know what to do. Also, overwhelmed by all content or footage that she have, because it is a travel account or a content creator. Of course, it's normal that they have a lot of content to post, but she don't even know what the right content to post to achieve the content goals. That's why we will also put the client goal. So in a client goal, the client wants to receive brand deals such as accommodation collab, also increase brand awareness, have a clear strategy, and build community within travel and brands. And in case study, it's very important that you also put the current situation of the account. This is where our potential client will understand how you turn this from this. That's why the current situation of the account before you came in as a social media manager, it is personal account with 2K followers. Then, if you can show the following count, that's better. But if it is not, totally fine. Also, followed by family and friends, posting random content, posting content without a strategy, posting content because she want to post it. And that's actually the situation of the account. And also, when I'm creating case study, I am including how I process. Since based on this situation, how I will process that kind of account. So for me, I will do the auditing, account auditing. If you are very so specific with what you are doing, I am actually putting an arrow here, there, and I will put a specific week that I audit that account. Let's say first week of June. Let's say June 2 to June 6. June 2 to June 6. Account auditing. And in account auditing, what did you do? You need to explain it as well for them to understand how you will process everything. So in account auditing, I do check the status. I do check the status of the account, change the bio, change the story highlights, start to familiarize myself with the audience. This audience that we are talking about is the current audience, which is the family and friends. Because, of course, in creating content, we don't need to left out all of these people who are currently following the account, because that will increase the number of unfollowing. So after the auditing, what did you do? After the auditing, I do the market research and explain how you do the market research. After the market research, what did you do? Content strategy. After the content strategy, what did you do? Content planning. After the content planning, of course, the approval of the content ideas. Then, and so on, like editing before posting. So the potential client will know your process, that it is not totally once they pay, we will automatically post content the day after they pay, because it takes a lot of process for us to post content. After the process, you will also explain the strategy that you did. Strategies I did. It is not totally explaining the step-by-step process. What I usually do here is do account audit, create content strategy, do engagement strategy, do some outreach to receive inquiries, and brand deals, because they will actually confuse how they will receive brand deals if it is just 1 month. Of course, we are not only posting content, we are also do the outreach on that account, which is totally true that I am doing outreach on that account for me to receive some collab. Because if we want a huge result or a fast result as soon as possible, we will do that, especially if you are being paid to do that as well. Though it is not actually a part of being a social media manager, but if it is something that you can do as well, that will add up to your package that you can offer. But again, guys, doing outreach is not included as a social media manager. If you have the capacity to do it, charge another payment or charge another package for outreach. But since it is my account, it is my travel account, and I know how to do it, that's why I did it. That's why I am telling to these strategies that I did, that I do outreach. And after the strategies is the challenges encountered in 1 month. Is the challenges that we encountered in growing the account. So, of course, the challenge is the trial and error of the content. Sent hundreds of outreach, 10% replied. 5% successfully collab or close deal, which is so true. And that's actually the challenge that I experienced in growing the account. And then low engagement at first. Also, I am overwhelmed from all of the photos and footage that I do have. Overwhelmed by content. And that's normal. So you just need to be honest for everything. After the challenges, you will show the result. So it is the before and after that we have created from the monthly analytic report last week on the last video. Feel free to screenshot it for you to easily create some result. But if you still have that data and you can just do it as easy as this, that's totally fine as well. So you just have to show the before analytic of the account and the after. So they will know the difference of the strategy that you did from the account. That's the result, the insights. If you want it like this and do that, you just need to design the carousel. And if you also want to show like the following, feel free to show it like the before and after if you need to be specific. But what I'm usually showing is this professional dashboard or the overview insights, and then the viral content that I have created for them. So if I have the viral screenshot, I will put everything in here. Another result is we are able to receive some inquiries. So on here, you will put everything, all of the inquiries that you receive, because here is just a glimpse. But here you need to specify all of the results that you receive for us to encourage them to work with us, because we did so great because we received this a lot of result from this account. After the result, it is time for you to put the CTA. Something like, if you want to receive the same result, DM me. There. So that's our carousel of a case study. Of course, this is not finalized. You just need to finalize it and make it so pretty based on your branding, based on your font, or what you want to present this case study. But this is how we create case study on our social media. And there you have it. You have now content that you can post to your social media to attract potential leads without applying to any freelancing websites, without sending cover letter, without sending your portfolio. And now let's turn that case study to put in our portfolio just in case potential leads or potential client ask about our portfolio. Just click this video right here and I will walk you through on how we will put that case study to our portfolio. Also, I will show to you my portfolio as a social media manager that I just created this year, 2025. Even I am a 2-year social media manager on this industry. See you there!